Hi, I'm Jeff Stelling. I'm here in Birmingham, beautiful Birmingham as it is today, as the leader of the Carlsberg fan squad. Now, the Carlsberg fan squad's role in football is to improve the lot of the football fan, who are a hard done-to lot, no doubt about that. And as part of that, we launched the People's Pundit competition, which is a nationwide competition to find a member of the general public, just a football fan, who would make a really top pundit. Now, say we've had heats nationwide. In a moment or two, I'm going to be grilled by the local winner here. And I'll tell you what, I'm told he's absolutely red hot. Well, he needs to be, because this could be his future. The winner of the People's Pundit competition will be live on TalkSport on the final day of the Premier League season. And who knows what that might lead to? A job in the media? It's tough these days to get in, but it's a possibility. My job eventually, even, in the distant future. So, the standard's going to be good. Told he's red hot. Let's find out. Adam.
Hi there. How are you, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm good. By the way, what was your topic in the heat that you had to talk for 30 seconds on?
I was asked whether I thought it was more important to win the FA Cup or to qualify for the Champions League. And I'm a traditionalist. I'm very much a fan of the big day out at Wembley, and I chose the FA Cup, not just because, of course, there's money in the Champions League. We can appreciate that, but you can't remember the finances. I couldn't tell you the years gone by, all the money that Liverpool have had, but I can tell you who scored the winning goals in the different trophies that we've had. And the one stat that I said on the day was about Aston Villa. I mean, they're having a cracking run in the FA Cup at the moment. 1957 is the last time they won the FA Cup, and that's a long time if you're a villain. And you hear people dying for the day they can see their team lift that trophy. So for me, it's always going to be the FA Cup. As much as I enjoy watching the Champions League, those trophies mean a lot.
Yeah, so just Liverpool and probably Arsenal to beat to win the FA Cup this time around, eh?
Well, you'd expect so, wouldn't you? Yeah. I mean, Liverpool have been... it's the FA Cup now is the only thing we've got as a team for Liverpool. Disappointing to lose to Manchester United. Really painful day that was, but we're focusing on there. You never know with Man City, but realistically, FA Cup's the best shot. Aston Villa in the league at the moment, they've got a lot to focus on with the relegation battle, but this is almost a distraction for them as well, which is a welcome break. It gives the fans something to really get behind, and they've got goals in them, Aston Villa, and Liverpool at the back. It's a really good job we've got Martin Skirtle this weekend, because we have no leaders at the back when he's not there, and we're a little bit jittery, so I'm just grateful that he's coming back this weekend for it. But I suspect that we're going to win it. And as you say, Arsenal, they've been so good at the moment. I mean, it's 8 games that they've won in a row in the Premier League, and they're in absolute form at this moment in time. But this is the FA Cup, and so many surprises happen. Just look at Reading. They've got nothing to worry about in the Championship. They're not getting promoted, not getting relegated, so all their focus is on this game. And 9 times out of 10, Arsenal are probably going to beat Reading. But it's that one time, which is why we all love the FA Cup. We've seen it over the years. We've seen Sutton doing over Coventry. We've seen that Luton game against Norwich. These are the big games, and it happens sometimes. So maybe, just maybe, Reading can spring a surprise.
I remember Hartlepool beating Stoke City. Anything can happen in the cup. Look, I'm told your heat was really, really competitive, and I've met the heat winners from all over the country now, and I know the standard is really good. I know you know your stuff. So is there any way I can help you?
I'd love you to just give me as many tips as you can on the punditry, and not just to give me a knowledge, but just the styles as well of presenting, because that can be tricky. Yeah,
well, Adam, what I've said to people first of all is, is be a pundit, not a parrot, because generally as a pundit you're sitting alongside the commentator, and the last thing people want to hear is you stating the bleeding obvious by repeating what he's just said. Make sure you've got an opinion about what's just happened. And I find that a lot of the time it's, you see the top pundits. Of course they're watching what's happening, with the goal scorer, with the ball, but they're watching what's going on off the ball as well. See who's making the run to pull somebody away. See who's making the defensive mistake, for instance. So I think it's taking a broad view. I think you've got to have an opinion as well, something that makes you stand out from the crowd. And I'll quote Gary Neville a couple of times in this, I think, but remember when Chelsea were at home to PSG and Ibrahimovic got sent off, and all the Chelsea players, surrounded the referee, seemingly to get him sent off, and they were condemned in most quarters, including by, a lot of our pundits, Graham Souness and Jamie Carragher. Gary Neville said, no, He said, they are being shrewd.
Yeah.
So they're just doing to PSG what other clubs would be doing to Chelsea. So have an opinion. Try and have a turn of phrase that makes you stand out in the crowd as well. I mean, you know, just one that'll catch the eye or the ear, as it is in this case. You know, Paul Merson always talks about a fish up a tree. Gary Neville, again, had a fantastic phrase that made me smile at the weekend when Manchester United were playing Manchester City. And he's talking about City's future, and he said, there are still weeds in the garden. And I thought that was a great turn of phrase. So you've got a turn of phrase. You know, you can't force it in. You know, but if it fits in naturally, be yourself.
That's all I can do.
You know, be yourself. You know the game. You know you've got opinions, so give them. Don't speak at the speed of sound the way I do at 4:45 on a Saturday afternoon, because you'll inevitably fall over yourself. And don't swear, you know, because you'll be out of here quicker than they can say Borussia Mönchengladbach.
That's the thing, though, with the pacing. You mentioned that. I know from my own styles and things that I naturally get so enthusiastic, and I can't help but want to say the words just because of the... How do you calm it and slow it so that you're getting the right pace, and more importantly, so that people can understand you?
Yeah. Well, I don't, generally speaking. You know, I just go hell for leather. But actually, seriously speaking, for example, Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock, there's a much slower pace than there is by 4:45, because you've got to build up a crescendo. If you start off up there, there's just nowhere to go. I always tell people who are getting into broadcasting, however slowly you think you're speaking, take it back another step, because the chances are, with the adrenaline pumping, that actually you're going a lot quicker than you really imagine. And as you say, you've got to get your message over, and if people can't understand you because the speed that you're speaking at, then that's no good, you know. And by the way, it's okay to have passion as well, but it's not always necessary to bellow and shout. I mean, some pundits do, and it works well. You know, I mean,
saying any names?
No, well, I wouldn't name. You know, sometimes I struggle to hear Sam Matterface over Stan Collymore shouting "Goal!" You know, which is great, but not every pundit has to be the same.